They will tell you to calm down, to be realistic, to take life slow. But what they won't tell you is that obsession is the origin of every miracle this world has ever witnessed. You want to know why the world remembers names like Edison, Ford, Carnegie, Disney? Because those men didn't gabble. They didn't play around with their goals like a hobby. They obsessed. They were consumed by the fire of a vision. They couldn't shut off us, not at dinner, not in sleep, not even when the world called them mad. And you were born with that same capacity. The question is, RC, what are you doing with it? You see, every single day your thoughts are building something. Every repeated idea, every focus, every silent whisper inside your mind, of course, it's building your future. And whether you're aware of it or not, you're obsessing over something. Is it your potential, your greatness, or your fears, your failure? You become what you obsess over. You attract what you dwell upon. And most people are obsessed with exactly what they don't want. Rejection, scarcity, failure, what ifs, and not enoughs. What champions? They turn obsession into armor. Edison didn't just work on the light bulbs. He became the light bulb. 10,000 failures weren't failure to him, they were confirmation. I'm obsessed with solving this, and the solution is now one test. Closer, Wright brothers. They didn't fly because they had resources. Aussie, they had none. They flew because they burned with an idea that wouldn't let them sleep. T haunted them in the best way possible. They weren't BNTSE. They were movement obsession. Was the engine. And you've got something inside you, a vision, a dream, a voice. But do you treat it like oxygen? Do you need it or just want it when life is comfortable? Because life will never hand you power. You must rip it from the hands of distraction and delay. And here's the truth the average mind avoids. Obsession is not the enemy. In fact, it's the only thing that has ever made the impossible inevitable. Show me a person who obsesses over discipline, and I'll show you a person who doesn't break under pressure. Show me a person who obsesses over clarity, and I'll show you a leader who bends reality to their will. Show me a person who obsesses over impact, and I'll show you a legacy that will outlive tombstones. But you're still apologizing for dreaming too big in front of small minds. Still shrinking your fire to fit in rooms built for comfort. Still asking for permission to unlock your own potential. Why? Because they called you too intense. Because you outgrew your circle. Because mediocrity clapped louder than vision. Let me break it to you. This world doesn't reward the balanced EAC. It rewards boldness. It doesn't crowd the cautious K. It remembers the obsessed. Obsession is not weakness, SC. It's spiritual war. It's your soul telling you this is the path. And the moment you stop apologizing for your obsession is the moment your life begins to turn into something legendary. You were never meant to live a life of lukewarm, half wanting, half doing, half being. You were meant to burn with intention, with clarity. You were never meant to live a life of lukewarm, half wanting, half doing, half being. You were meant to burn with intention, with clarity, with relentless, almost unreasonable conviction. The problem isn't that you're obsessed. The problem is what you're obsessed with Too many people are obsessed with scrolling, with comparing, with surviving, but the few who change the world, they're obsessed with building, with discipline, with the vision. They don't waste their energy wondering if they're good enough caught. They train until the world has no choice but to believe it. So I ask you again, what are you obsessing over? Because your answer will become your life. Success kneels before those who are willing to sacrifice sleep, comfort, and outside validation to feed a fire only they can feel. They told you, wait for the right time. Let things get easier first. Be patient, it will come. But here's the truth the right time never comes unless you become the right person. The world only takes seriously those who take themselves seriously. If you're still treating your life like an experiment, then understand this: life won't reward you with experience. It will break you with lessons. And those lessons are usually written in the language of pain. Your mind thinks thousands of thoughts a day. But you know something? Your future is built not on all of them taught, but only the few you repeat. The few you obsess over, the ones you whisper to yourself when the lights are off, the ones you nurture when no one's watching. Those are the thoughts that become your reality. When you say to yourself, I can do this, even if the world laughs, CAT, a door opens inside you. That only belief can unlock. But when you say, I'm not good enough, I always mess up, I've failed too many times, you don't just close the door, I test. You build a prison. And then you spend your life living inside a cell. You built with your own doubt. Obsession, it doesn't make you weak. It awakens you. Have you ever seen a mother run toward her child in danger? In that moment, does she care what anyone thinks? Does she wonder if she's capable? Does she stop to ask for permission? No. She becomes a storm because her focus is singular. Her reason is life or death. She's obsessed with protecting what matters. Now imagino ma'ari eureka. If you treated your dream like that child, if you stopped wanting success and started defending it like your life depended on it, because in a way it does, your future is not waiting for you. It's being shaped right now by your choices, your thoughts, your obsessions. And obsession isn't crazy quote. What's crazy is thinking you'll live a powerful life with casual effort. Power doesn't come to the relaxed. It comes to the relentless. It bows to the obsessed. You see, the people who achieve extraordinary results aren't better than you. They're not smarter, richer, or more talented, but they made one decision you haven't. They've decided what matters RC, and they refuse to let go. They're not distracted. They're not confused. They're not scrolling through life hoping things will magically change. They've locked their eyes on the goal, and they wake up every day already at war with their doubts, their excuses, and anything that stands in the way. Obsession is the fire that burns away weakness. It's the lens that brings your vision into focus. And it's the reason your name can either be forgotten in time or carved into history. Success does not wait for anyone. It does not politely. It doesn't show up because you're special. Success chooses only those who chose themselves first. The ones who said, I will win, or I will die trying est, but I will never back down. But most people, they've already died inside, dreams buried, passion frozen, and the only thing left on their lips is, I wish I could, less than grossly naughty. I wish is the death of destiny. It's a small phrase, but it destroys entire lives, and there's only one cure for it: obsession. No casual interest. Not, I'll try, but an obsession so fierce that comfort feels like betrayal. An obsession that doesn't let you sleep peacefully because your soul is on fire with purpose. An obsession that forces you to either achieve your dream or stop breathing, trying every legend you've ever admired. They didn't have magic. They didn't have guarantees. They didn't have special connections, but they had something most people never unlocks: a vision, a picture inside their mind, so vivid, so unshakable, that it consumed them, consumed their time, their effort, their identity. Thomas Edison didn't try to invent the light bulb. He became the man who wouldn't quit until he did. Wright brothers didn't just want to fly. They became flight itself long before it was possible. They were laughed at, mocked, dismissed, but their obsession was louder than the world's noise. So ask yourself today, what is louder in your life? The opinions of others, the fear of failure, the distractions of comfort, or the voice that whispers, keep going, I see no matter what. Because the truth is this: you will either be remembered as the person who made it happen or the one who almost did. And that difference is made by obsession. So burn the bridges, cut the excuses, silence the doubt, and lock it so deep that even your failures begin to fear you. Success does not come to the worthy, it comes to the obsessed. The greatest lie ever told is that you have time, that tomorrow is guaranteed, that later is a real option. But listen carefully. The people who live on later with regret. The clock is not ticking for your comfort. It's ticking for your calling. And every moment you hesitate, every second you spend thinking instead of doing, your dream fades a little more. The world does not slow down, so you can catch up. It moves with or without you. And it only rewards the bullshit, the ones who move while afraid, who build while bleeding, who believe while being broken. If you're waiting for the perfect time, you'll die waiting, because perfection is a myth. But action is divine. You think obsession is dangerous? No. Comfort is dangerous. Comfort will allow you to sleep while your purpose screams from a cage inside your soul. It's not the failure that kills most people. It's the inaction, the endless waiting, the excuses dressed as logic, the dreams buried under I'm too busy, and what if I fail? But the obsessed, they don't wait for clarity as here, they create it. They don't wait for certainty IEs, they build it. They don't wait for motivation, most they command it, because they know the world was never meant to be fair. It was meant to be conquered, and those who conquer it aren't lucky. They're not chosen. They're obsessed with discipline, obsessed with mastering themselves, obsessed with becoming who they were born to be. They don't just want it, they wake up and go to war for it. So if you are still hesitating, still waiting for a sign, and this is your sign, this is your moment, this is your line in the sand. Either you step forward into obsession, or you step backward into the same life. You keep saying you want to escape, but you can't be free if you're afraid of the fire, and obsession is fire. It will burn away your excuses. It will melt your laziness. It will consume your doubt. But on the other side of that fire is everything you've ever wanted. So what will it be? Another day wasted in hesitation, or the day you finally ignite?